Hi.
Hey, hi Dan, how are you?
I'm great. How are you, Grant?
I'm good, thanks, mate. I'm good, thanks. It's nice and cold where I am. It's snowy here in the UK. I've got a cup of tea. How about you? How are you?
I'm great. It's pretty snowy here too in Connecticut.
Oh, I've heard
Just
you've had the
chilly.
snowstorm in the eastern United States, haven't you?
Yeah, we got a foot and a half of snow where I am.
Oh wow! I mean, it makes our snow look like a fairy dust, I guess, compared to
Yeah.
what you got going on over there. Well, Dan, I want to say massive thank you for joining us today. This is kicking off our series of artist chats, and we came across your music very recently in our platform, and we're loving what you're doing. So
Thank you so much.
the idea behind this is to say hello, get to know you,
Yeah.
let everyone know what you're doing. Your music's magical. I really, really love it. I genuinely mean
Thank
that.
you so much.
It's absolutely great. So yeah, without further ado, this is about you. Please, can you let us know like who you are and
Sure.
and a little bit about you and your music? That'd be great to kick things off.
All right. So, hi everyone. I'm Dan. I'm from Connecticut. I am I guess I consider myself a homegrown artist. I'm self-taught. Um, I really I just really enjoy music. It's my main passion in life.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. So when did you have you started making music recently, or has it been a a bit of a journey that you've been on?
Mhm. I started back in 2015, actually. I received a free piano from online, and from there I started the self-taught lessons of piano. And then since then it evolved like kind of into an electronic sound because I purchased a Rolly Seaboard, which is a MIDI synthesizer, sorry. And I just kind of create through GarageBand. I use free like features, and I just kind of go and blossom, I guess.
Oh, fantastic! So that's amazing. So you self-taught through YouTube videos. What kind of artist were you kind of aspiring to when you had your piano? Then what kind of
Um,
music were you trying to learn?
I originally, it's funny, I started learning Katy Perry songs on piano, and then it evolved from that to Stevie Nicks' music, and from there it just kind of branched out as I learned. So
Well,
it's been kind of an adventure from like genre to genre. Pop and rock are kind of like my main
well, you,
genres.
you can't go wrong with those two, can you? Really? I mean, I'm an absolutely massive Stevie Nicks fan, as I'm sure you are as well. Because I saw some of your
Yeah,
stories earlier on. I was like, yeah, this
yeah.
this guy really likes Stevie Nicks, and who doesn't? What an
She's
absolutely
my like
amazing singer.
absolute muse.
Fantastic. What's your favourite Stevie Nicks song?
I would have to say either Leather and Lace or Planets of the Universe. They're kind of very diverse. They're not really like similar levels. One's very acoustic and one's very rock and roll. But
Yeah,
I truly enjoy her lyricism and like
fantastic.
her melodies are so lovely.
She has a very haunting vocal as well, which I always absolutely adore.
Yeah.
Just to kind of chip in with mine, I guess it's probably Rhiannon because the song's about an old Welsh witch, and I'm from Wales, so there's a bit
Yeah.
of that going on there. And the second one actually is the track that she did with Tom Petty, "Stop Dragging My Heart Around." That melody is
Yeah.
just
That's amazing.
that song is just so good. And then
Yeah.
obviously the big hit of the Edge of 17. What an absolute
Yeah,
beautiful
for
song
sure.
that is.
She has an amazing discography.
Yeah, she does. She absolutely does, and she's written and performed with all the greats. So
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely love to meet her one day. So it'd be good to. Who knows? Maybe we'll do a collaboration at some point, Dan, in
That
the
would be
future.
amazing.
Something to aspire to, absolutely for sure. Um,
That's definitely a goal
I mean,
in life.
yeah, absolutely. I'm really curious to, I've not been to your part of the world, not been to Connecticut. What's the music scene like where you are?
Um, Personally, it's kind of like for me. it's very experimental, but the culture seems to be very punk or very like eccentric and like it's like experimental rock, I would say.
Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
not full on rock and roll, but it's like it touches on it.
Before the pandemic, would you say there was a vibrant music scene in Connecticut? Was there places you can go and play and perform and all that
Yeah,
sort of
for
stuff?
sure.
Yeah.
There's tons of places. One of my favorite places happens to be called The Space, and
Hmm.
I believe it's in New Haven. I'm not sure. I could be wrong on the location, but it's a really lovely venue, and it's in a basement setting, and it's very like it's comfortable. It's kind of like a home setting almost, and you could sign up, and your band could go and play and whatnot.
Oh wow, that sounds idyllic. I mean,
It's
I
amazing.
love those sort of places where musicians congregate and share songs,
Yeah,
and
me too.
yeah, that sounds wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And have you? I mean, getting to know you, have you performed with a band, or have you played live before, or is this something?
Um, I've done bits and pieces of live performances. I've been in a few plays as well, in like behind the scenes and whatnot, but nothing solo before. So that's kind of a new like journey for me to go solo. But
Yeah,
I think I would really thrive because it's kind of been like something I've worked with and like throughout my life. Like the stage is kind of like a second home to me. So
oh, wow. So it's kind of like it's in your blood, sort of thing. You just need to. I
yeah,
bet you
for
can't wait
sure.
to get back out there and
Whether it's like
start doing it.
a play or it's like a full-on concert or like anything like musicals, the stage is just such like a comforting zone for me because I kind of grown up like alongside that life.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
Um, well, I'm hopefully one day in the not so distant future, I'll be in the audience with
That would be amazing.
we can yeah, we can have a party as well afterwards. Um, but yeah, I look forward to that day. Absolutely. Well, let's talk about your songs, your music, how
Oh, yeah.
I found. Well, I say I found you. Our team found you. Actually, it was my colleague Russell. Was just like, this guy, just check him out. He's brilliant. So I was like, right, okay, I'll get on it now, and I was suitably impressed, and it was great.
Thank
So
you.
the song that kind of, yeah, I mean, let's start with that. Really, how did you sort of come across us? We came across you obviously by finding you, in the app, which was amazing.
Yeah.
Um, it'd be good to know that story as well. Then we'll deep dive into your music and your tunes.
All right. I originally found you guys through Dave Stewart. He's someone I look up to through like the producer side of music. He's got such an amazing ear and talent for crafting like sonic realms and like soundscapes. So I really look up to him through that. And through the journey of following him and Stevie Nicks, I found track. There was a music contest, I believe, and I was gonna take part in it, but I actually kind of like fell through by working on my own projects because there's so many at the time. And then
Fair.
I ended up like experimenting and then like dabbling with the app, and I found out it's such a comforting community to like work with and experience.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That's
I love it.
that's interesting. It's good to sort of know, that was what. That's how we found one another. I guess it's through that
Yeah,
the Dave Stewart competition that we ran last year, and there will be more of them as well. So I will definitely encourage all of you to kind of
that'd be
get involved
amazing.
with that. Absolutely. Yeah. So your music. Let's talk about that.
All right.
If you had to signpost people to your one song that you've written so far, what would it be?
Um, I'm not sure. I have a few that I really enjoy. Son of a Witch is definitely kind of like experimental for me. It's more pop than like most of my music, but I truly love the title track Within His Visions. It's kind of lo-fi and like kind of synth and a little bit of rock.
So it's got some of
Which
your
is
brilliant. Okay, well I'll pay special attention to those things. So, all right, I want to kind of ask you about Son of a Witch now. How did that come about? How did you capture that idea? How did you? Can you talk us through that process?
Sure. Son of a Witch, I kind of was inspired during the Halloween season, kind of witchy themes and whatnot. And I was just dabbling with the synth, and I was going through like arpeggiated tones and whatnot, and I just found this like very bouncy theme, and it kind of like built up to what the track is, but there's like little hints in the sound that kind of like seemed witchy, like the stems of the actual sound are like kind of haunting and spooky in a way. So I kind of like included them into this pop sound and created a world around like someone who's like a son of a witch, like a magical like being kind of. So there's a whole set of lyrics behind the song that I plan to release in the future, and it's just gonna like all come together as like this witchy kind of pop beat. I don't know.
That sounds awesome. I mean, it's great that you've got a vision for where you're taking that.
Yeah.
You know, absolutely. I can't wait to hear it, and hopefully we get to help you, you know, with all of that stuff as well, which should be
Yeah.
great. But no, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it sort of reminds me. You could definitely hear your music, you know, sync to sort of TV and film and that kind of thing. You know, it's kind of got that sort of cinematic feel to it as well, which I
Thank
absolutely love.
you.
So, now honestly, you're doing absolutely wonderful things in the creative,
Thank
you know,
you
in the
so
creative
much.
space. So, I mean, so do you tend to generate ideas from the Rolly, and then that's kind of like how songs come together? Because I found that quite interesting, because I'm more of a guitar player, get the guitar down, and then that it all fits around that. And I do find that quite interesting, that, you know, sparking ideas from a different instrument. So would love to know more about that, if you wouldn't mind indulging us
Alright.
with how you do it.
Yeah, so I originally start on acoustics, like upright pianos and whatnot.
Hmm.
So I kind of search for melodies in my free time. And once I
Yeah,
find something, I'll kind of like build other stems off of that. So it usually starts with like a soul melody, and then I kind of like bounce in different sounds and like I'm not sure, like different kind of like reverbs and whatnot. And lastly, I do like the beats and such, kind of like blend them in, cut them in. So like it could either be acoustic or like synth that I like start with. It
fantastic. So
depends,
okay,
but usually acoustic.
brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Cool. All right, what are you working on at the moment? Are you working on anything in particular, or are you? Apart from the, I guess it's your record, but yeah, any particular track that you're excited about?
I have a few that I've been like creating on or working on in the shadows that I plan to release. They're like they're very different to what I've released so far, but I think they'll be enjoyed. So I kind of look
Cool.
forward to that.
Okay, I'm definitely looking forward to that as well. I'm just looking at the what we've got. Uh, some of the questions I'd written down earlier on. Okay, dream collab. I think you probably already know this, but dream collaborations.
Yeah, for
Which
sure.
artists would you like to collaborate with?
Truly, Stevie Nicks, she's like my muse in every way. She's kind of been like a guiding light in my life through like every moment. Since I was a child, she's kind of been like played in like the soundtrack of what is my life. So she's just like someone I hold dear to my heart, and I would just truly love to like create something with her that could take people like out of the darkness and like take them away from their problems for some time and just allow them to heal and like just embrace themselves. Kind of what she's already done, but kind of like a play on that with like my sounds.
Wonderful. Is there anyone else alongside Stevie Nicks?
There's a few. I would truly love to work with Otto. He's such an amazing man. And there's also Lana Del Rey. She's one of my other muses as well. There's just a few, like they're all so dreamy and such amazing people that I like aspire to be like.
Okay, great. So I'm going to sort of put a plug in for your profile now. So anyone who's watching this, either on the live right now or has come across it on the podcast, if you want to go and hear Dan's work, it's tracksmusic.com/the Lunar Hippie. And then you can check out all the material that Dan's got going on there. You can support Dan directly as well using the chip in feature. So it's a tool that we're building for artists to start making proper revenues from their music. So we'd absolutely love for you to dive in, comment on Dan's profile, give him a follow, all of those things, because you deserve it, Dan. Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
No, and you're on the front page of the website at the moment. So if you want to hear him, just head to tracksmusic.com and you'll be able to hear Dan's music because you're on the home page there. And yeah, we want to do way more with you, mate. So we'd love to invite you back at some point in the future.
I would love to.
And we'll talk about your music and where you're at. Maybe when you've got the record together, that would be fantastic.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
What's your plans for the rest of the day?
I was working on music throughout the morning, so I plan on going back to that.
Great stuff. That's what I like to hear. All right, well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Okay, brilliant. Have a wonderful day.
You as well, Grant. Bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye.